colored him Father. I colored him love. I colored him Father. I colored him love. He says education is a thing to complete, because without it just life ain't very sweet. I love this man and I don't know why, except I'll need his strength till the day I die. Oh, I've colored him Father. I've colored him love. I've colored him Father. I've colored him love. A real man, he got killed in the war, and Mama and 7 kids couldn't got very far. She said she thought that she could never love again, and then there he stood with that big wide grin. He married my mother and he took us in, and now we belong to the man with the big wide grin. Yeah, I color him Father. I color him love. I color him Father. I color him love. I color him Father. I color him love. I color him Father. I color him love.
Wow. Let's give some love to our musicians this morning. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Happy Father's Day. My name is Reverend Cheryl Myers, and it is my absolute joy to be with you on this beautiful Sunday morning on this beautiful campus. And all of you that are tuning in online via YouTube, welcome. We welcome you as well. And you know what? I'm so glad she's here this morning. There is someone in a congregation who just graduated from ministerial school in New York City, Cynthia Apps. Let's give Cynthia some love. It's actually an interfaith. It's an interfaith seminary called One Spirit, and she completed, I think it was last Saturday. We're so happy for you. Gosh, it zipped by, didn't it? That's so great. We love to celebrate joys with folks. We just love to celebrate all aspects of life here at Unity of Gaithersburg. So let's just take a moment to pause, take a deep breath, and let's just prepare for our time together this morning. Yeah, so we just take that deep conscious breath that tells our physical body that it's time to relax. That informs our thoughts that they can just do whatever they want to do, and we're going to focus our attention on this present moment and being available to be blessed this morning here at Unity of Gaithersburg. So let's just set a silent intention this morning. Silently, just to ourselves, just affirm that I am open to being blessed and uplifted this morning. I am blessed to be in spiritual community this morning. So we breathe into that intention and we allow it to be our experience. And then we just feel the gratitude overflowing. That we have this beautiful campus, this beautiful room, and all these beautiful people to share Sunday morning with. How grateful we are. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Well, if you are here with us this morning for the very first time, if you would raise your hand and one of our greeters or ushers will come and just give you a welcome packet. And there's a card on the very top. And if you fill out that card and just slip it into the offering bag, we will just add your email address to our online Friday newsletter, which is so great and just tells you everything that's happening here at Unity of Gaithersburg. And again, there's always a lot, isn't there? Yes, there is. All right, let's stand and sing a song together this morning.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, go.
Let's take a moment and greet your neighbor, offer a handshake, and ask for a hug. make your way back to your seats.
Come back to your seats, if you will. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of love on earth, and all I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world. It's a blessing to the world. It's a blessing to the world.
Please be seated.
Everyone, welcome to Unity. Good morning. Good morning. I heard you, Edie. I'm Jane McCarthy, and welcome to Unity of Gaithersburg. And now we are going to do our transformational opportunities, which is they're listed in our community newsletter. And if you'd like to receive our newsletter, please leave your email with us in the back. Now, if you take a moment here to silence your cell phone so you won't be embarrassed when it rings. Okay. All right. Oh, I hope I forgot to do mine, but I'll do it when I sit down. Okay. So, Unity of Gaithersburg is partnering with Opus Yoga Studio in the Kentlands to offer free sunset outdoor yoga on Wednesday, starting here, June 13th. June 13th, so that's this week. Last week, it started. Thank you, thank you. I don't even know what date it is. It's June 17th, right? I'm leaving for Budapest today, so I'm really... June 13th, it already started, and it's going to go through July 25th. Won't be on July 4th, and it's happening from 6 to 7 p.m. on our campus here. It will be indoors if there is inclement weather. So bring your friends as a way to introduce them to our campus and our spiritual community. Let's get the word out and share unity. Love offerings are welcome. So on 4 Tuesdays in July, starting July 10th, Edie Crane will be offering the class, The Art of Conscious Creation, here at Unity of Gaithersburg. So come gather tools to put your intentions into action through meditation, sharing, journaling, dancing, and ritual. Sounds like fun, Edie. Many of the concepts will be drawn from the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza, who has authored several books, including You Are the Placebo and Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Okay, so the class will meet from 7:15 to 9:15, and tuition is $65. We'd like you to pre-register by July 8th, and you can register by going to our website. Okay, so mark your calendars for this renowned New Thought singer, songwriter, recording artist, keynote speaker, and workshop leader, David Roth. Awesome. Has he been here? He's been here before. Everybody remember David Roth? And he comes to us from the Cape Cod. Well, up in Massachusetts, we call it the Cape. So, but here, I guess, Cape Cod. So he's going to have a concert for us here at Unity of Gaithersburg. It's Thursday, July 12th at 7 p.m., and the cost $15, but no one will be turned away. So again, bring your friends with your favorite dessert to add to the delightful, sweet potluck following. So see you on Thursday, July 12th, for this very special evening. Okay, now mark your calendars for our community informational meeting on Sunday, July 15th, after our 11 o'clock service and fellowship time. Hear from the board about upcoming bylaw changes regarding membership and here at Unity of Gaithersburg. So our bylaws have been updated, and we want to share these changes that have been discerned by our board. It's exciting, so join us. So, okay, and now, if you would center yourselves as we reflect together today on the daily word. The focus of our daily word is Father's blessing. The affirmation, I bless my Father and fathers everywhere. When we think about fathers, we may imagine the ideal father, someone who is available, eager to guide, teach, and assist, encouraging and supportive. Today, I acknowledge the good that my Father gave, the lessons he taught, and the love he is. No one does everything perfectly all the time. Each father does the best he can with the knowledge and experience he has. I know I am unfolding and progressing as well, even as I am consciously on the spiritual journey to be all I can be. Being a father is a sacred role. Fathers have the responsibility to provide a strong foundation from which their children will flourish and grow. Today, on this Father's Day, I bless my Father and fathers everywhere. And from Matthew chapter 15, verse 4, honor your father. And now let us prepare for our meditation by singing All Is Well.
Dispels all my fears, and I hear a gentle voice calling. All is well, all is well, all is well, all is well.
So once again, we take a deep restoring breath, informing our body and our mind that this is our time to release any focus on the external world and instead to turn our attention inward. So let us breathe together consciously. And as we breathe, we move the breath in and out of our heart space. Just focusing the movement in and out of our physical body through the physical heart. Just breathe into your heart and breathe out. And feel your heart opening. And on this Father's Day, as your heart is open, I invite you to bring to your heart and your mind someone in your life that has been a pillar of love for you. Someone who has expressed strength and courage and wisdom as he or she has supported you on life's journey. Who has that been for you? It could be your father, your biological father, your adoptive father, a grandfather, someone who has stepped into that role that is outside of your birth family. Maybe it's a teacher, a clergy member, a mentor. I just invite you to bring a person to mind, to heart this morning that has again been that pillar of love in your life, a pillar of strength, someone who has supported you with their wisdom, who's modeled courage. For these qualities are aspects of all of our divine nature. Everyone has them, everyone has access to them, and today we're just honoring the person or the people in our lives that have blessed us in this expression. And as we move now into a time of silence, I just invite you to bring that person, or maybe there's more than one person, to your heart and mind. And from your heart to theirs, send them your love and send them your gratitude in the silence. And what we know is that whether this person or these people are still on the physical plane, that they feel our love and our gratitude. And in this moment of love and appreciation, we declare our intention to keep the love that they have given us, the wisdom, the courage, and the strength. We keep it alive by expressing it to another in our own life. Their legacy continues. And so we just take a deep breath now. We continue to keep our hearts open in love and gratitude for all the blessings of our lives. And so it is. Amen.
Through my day, feeling lighthearted and carefree, knowing all is well. I move through my day, feeling lighthearted and carefree, knowing all is well. All is well. I move through my day, feeling lighthearted and carefree, knowing all is well. I move through my day, feeling lighthearted and carefree, knowing all is well. All is well.
This is called musical chairs.
Miles from the sun. People get ready, 'cause here it comes. It's a light, a beautiful light, over the horizon into your eyes. Oh my, how beautiful. Oh my beautiful mother. She told me, son, in life you're gonna go far. If you do it right, you'll love where you are. Oh, just know that wherever you go, you can always come back home. 240,000 miles from the moon, you've come a long way to belong here, to share this view of the night, glorious night. Over the horizon is another bright sky. Oh my, how beautiful. Oh my irrefutable father. He told me, son, in a life it may seem dark, but the absence of the light is a necessary part. Oh, you're never alone. You can always come back home. You can always come back. Every road is a slippery slope. There's always a hand you can hold on to. Looking deeper through the telescope, you can see that the home's inside of you. Oh, just know that wherever you go, you're never alone. You will always get back home. Get ready, 'cause here it comes, it's a light, a beautiful light, over the horizon into your eyes.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That was glorious. Do you recognize that's Jason Mraz? Isn't that awesome? Thank you so much. No, actually, it's John Paul and and Jim and John and Jeff. Let's give them some more love. I just love that. Well, I got to search for some Father's Day humor. And what I found were some quotes from some well-known people, just their thoughts about Father's Day. So I thought I'd share that with you this morning. From John Kinnear, he said, "Sometimes I am amazed that my wife and I created two human beings from scratch, yet struggle to assemble the most basic of IKEA cabinets." And from Irma Bombeck, "We wondered why when a child laughed, he belonged to Daddy, and when he had a sagging diaper that smelled like a landfill, he wants his mother." And from Rodney Dangerfield, "Me and my dad used to play tag. He'd drive." That's Rodney Dangerfield. And from Jimmy Fallon, "Father's Day is important because besides being the day on which we honor Dad, it's the one day of the year that Brookstone does any business." And last but not least, by Rita Rudner, "I gave my father $100 for Father's Day and said, 'Buy yourself something that will make your life easier.' So we went out and bought a present for my mother." Okay, I need some kind of drum completion, please. Okay, there you go. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. Well, so on this day, we honor and celebrate each and every father who is here. So if you are a father, and let me lay out the whole criteria here because it's not just that. If you are a father with a biological child, an adoptive child, if you have been in the father role with someone, whether you're male or female, in that nurturing place, if you are a father to an animal, a kitty cat or a doggy or whatever, and that means something to your heart, I just invite you to stand and let's love you right now. Would you stand so we can love you? Thank you. Thank you so much. You can be seated. That's beautiful. So today we are honoring you and we are honoring your spirit. And what came to me, as you've already heard in the meditation, just some qualities of our divine nature that speak to me of the father role. And please don't hear, it's not really gender casting or that kind of thing. It's just aspects of our divinity that we all have. And when I think of fathers, when I think of that role, I think of a pillar of love that expresses in their strength and their courage and their wisdom. And so I just wanted to just share some thoughts with you this morning about that, and just share some stories that, to me, are examples of those qualities. So strength, metaphysically, is one of the 12 powers. And it's a divine energy that expresses as freedom from weakness by demonstrating a stability of character, the ability to stand steadfast in our divine nature instead of allowing feelings of separation from the truth of ourselves. And it's also our capacity to accomplish, to say yes to what is uniquely ours to do. And I found an example, a very moving story to me, of a father that exemplifies that definition. Actually, Keith, would you go ahead and just put the picture up, because I want you to see this, and you might have seen. This is Team Hoyt. And in 1962, Dick and Judy Hoyt welcomed their son, Rick, into the world. And because of complications with his birth, Rick was officially diagnosed with this as a spastic quadriplegic with cerebral palsy. And according to an interview on television with Dick, his dad, Dick remembers the advice the doctors gave him, basically saying that his son would essentially be non-functioning and that he should place him in an institution. And Dick Hoyt said, "No way." Instead, Rick was brought home with the intention of giving him a full and rich life, and apparently they were a very active family. Swimming and sledding and street hockey were part of their daily lives. And what Dick would know is that Rick would be included in all of these activities. And Dick noticed that his son would light up whenever the two of them were active together. When Rick turned 12, thanks to a custom speech device, he began communicating with his father, finally able to tell his father what he suspected all along, that Rick just loved being with his dad. So in 1977, Rick heard about a 5-mile road race that was to benefit a lacrosse player who had recently become paralyzed. And he told his father he wanted to participate. And it wasn't the race or the running he would never be able to do that inspired this desire. It was Rick's compassionate heart and his desire to help others that really motivated him. But there was one little problem, though. Dick, the dad, was not a runner. And he may not have been a runner, but he was a dedicated father, and his son's request was all the motivation he needed. So he agreed to take on running and to push his son's wheelchair the full 5 miles. Okay, so what happened, they completed that race. 37 years later, they were still doing this. Because after that race, Rick typed out on his computer, "Dad, when I'm running, it feels like my disability disappears." And so that's all Dick needed to hear. So he immediately started giving his time and energy so that he could be able to be able-bodied to carry his son with him, to push his son actually along on these races. So over the next 3.5 decades, the pair set, achieved, and surpassed not only their own goals, but also everyone's expectations of a father, carrying, towing, and pushing his wheel-bound adult son. And their accomplishments include over 1,000 races completed, included marathons, duathlons, and triathlons, 6 of them being Ironman competitions. Dick and Rick also biked and ran across the U.S. in 1992, completing in 45 days a full 3,735 miles. So in 2013, after decades of competition, the sport had physically taken its toll on Team Hoyt. Dick was 73 and Rick was 52, and so they decided to make the 2013 Boston Marathon their swan song. However, the terrorist bombing at the finish line cut that race short. After being stopped at the 23-mile mark, the father-son duo could not finish. But the beautiful story couldn't end there, so they decided that the 2014 Boston Marathon would be their grand finale, and they ran to honor the people who were killed and wounded the year before. So, folks, this continued for 37 years, and what they proved was what can be accomplished from love and strength. And they also have a Hoyt Foundation, and check out their website, but it just was so inspiring to me that this father's love surpassed any challenge that it took for him. Because I can only imagine that those of us that are not a runner, that would be an opportunity to claim and know strength. So just wanted to share that story with you. So thank you for listening. So the next aspect is courage. Courage is a spiritual quality that enables us to stay centered in the truth of what we are in the midst of challenges or feeling uncertain of what's to unfold, in the midst of fear. We can be courageous. And I don't have a father story to share with you. I have a story from this past week at the beach. So many of you know that I placed a bid on one of our dear congregants' oceanfront condo in our auction. And much to my surprise, I won it. I know. As the beach is my happy place, and so there was a window that I could go, and it was this past week, and so I went, and it was beautiful. It was so beautiful. It was on the 15th floor, oceanfront. It was just amazing. And so I thought, well, gosh, I feel kind of selfish just taking it all by myself. So I invited two of my friends. Actually, I wanted to share it because I have two friends that love the beach. So I invited my friend Amy and her daughter Sydney, and then my friend Lenny. And so Amy and Sydney and I were on the beach one day. And what we noticed, from the very beginning, is that they have lifeguards on the beach at Ocean City, stationed every, I don't know how many yards there are apart, but they can see each other, and they're constantly doing their little hand, their flag things, and they're very dedicated. And one day, we were on the beach just having fun, playing in the sand, when all of a sudden, I see the lifeguard that's right in front of us take off like a bullet of lightning. I've never seen anyone run so fast, maybe in the Olympics, and we look out, and there was a young man that was drowning. His arms were flailing, and he'd gone out too far, and they had warned us about riptides in this part of the beach. And we watched, just stunned, as this lifeguard went into mode. And he took off that life stand. He had his bright orange flotation device. He somehow signaled to the lifeguard to the left to come. That lifeguard runs down, holds up the flotation device to indicate where all this was happening and if he needed to be assistance. It was just the most amazing thing to watch. And of course, we were holding prayer. We were just holding, the whole situation. He pulls the young man in, who was much larger than he. And he did not have to do CPR, but the young man was obviously very shaken, and his family was just beside themselves. And so we watched, and everybody just sat on the beach just kind of stunned. And so it happened. The lifeguard climbs back up, does some hand motions, says all clear, and just sits back down. Like, I was done. And Amy and I are just, and Amy's like, we're just like, that was amazing. That was just amazing. What courage. The young man couldn't have been over 19 years old. And so I just felt it was mine to do to go up and talk to him. And I went up and I just said, I just want to thank you on behalf of all of us. That was amazing. And he said, ma'am, I'm just here to make sure everybody's okay and safe. I'm just doing my job. He goes, but thank you for thanking me. It just touched my heart. Courage. Courage. He didn't even think twice about it. So wisdom, our intuitive knowing. Wisdom is grounded in understanding of what is ours to do and what is ours to be, of claiming the truth of what we are. And, I'm looking at a room full of people that have had life experiences. Our life experiences teach us, don't they? And they give us a wisdom that we can impart to other people. And that's typically often what we think of as fathers or moms, our teachers, people that see our greatness. And sometimes that wisdom is received. I can think of times maybe when it wasn't in my life, when people tried, especially as a teenager. Oh, I just knew it all, And I have this story that I just want to share with you about a father and a teenage daughter. So this teenage daughter was complaining to her father about her life and how hard things were for her. And she was frustrated and she was tired of struggling, and it seemed that as soon as one problem came and was resolved, another one just came around the bend. So her father, who happened to be a chef, wanted very much to help his daughter, and even though she was resistant, he took a chance and asked her to come with him to the kitchen. And he filled 3 pots with water, and he placed them on the stove. Turned the burner on, and soon the pots came to a boil. And in one of the pots, he placed carrots. In the second pot, he placed eggs. And in the third, last pot, he placed coffee beans. And he let them sit and boil without saying a word. And his daughter was like, oh, God, this is so corny. Totally. And she sucked her teeth and impatiently waited, wondering what he was going to do, what corny thing he was going to say. And he encouraged her to stay with them in this experiment. He goes, stay with me. And she reluctantly agreed. And so in about 20 minutes, he turned off the burners. And he fished the carrots out and placed them in a bowl. And then he pulled the eggs out and placed them in a bowl. And then he ladled the coffee out and placed it in a bowl. And turning to her, he asked, what do you see? She's like, I see carrots, boiled eggs, and coffee. And then he brought her closer and he asked her to feel the carrots. And she did, and she noted that they were kind of soft and squishy. After 20 minutes, they were really squishy. And then he asked her to take an egg and break it. And after pulling off the shell, she observed the hard-boiled egg. And finally, he asked her to sip the coffee, and she smiled as she tasted its rich aroma. And she said, what's the point, Dad? And he explained that each of the 3 items had faced the same adversity, boiling water, but each had reacted differently. The carrot went in strong and sturdy, but after being subjected to the boiling water, it softened and became fragile, unable to access its original strength. The egg had been fragile. Its thin outer shell had protected its liquid interior, but after sitting through the boiling water, its inside became hardened. The ground coffee beans were unique, however. After they were in the boiling water, they had changed the water. So he turns to his daughter and asks her, honey, which one do you want to be? When adversity knocks on your door, how do you want to respond? Like the carrot, the egg, or the coffee beans? And his daughter actually responded and said, Dad, I'd really like to be strong enough to change things in my life and not get too hard inside because I'm angry, or so soft to always feel weak and afraid. But I don't know how. And her dad responded, if you let me, I'll be here for you. I won't have all the answers, but I can always listen and help where I can. Pretty sweet, huh? Yeah, courage and wisdom and strength. So we all have these qualities, folks. And whether you had the ideal dad that would do an experiment like that with you, What I'm holding is that if we haven't already, which I think we probably have, we've had people that have seen us, that love us, and that have made a difference in our lives because they've shared their strength, their courage, and their wisdom with us because they loved us. So on this Father's Day, I just invite you to ask yourself, who has that been in my life? And who can I thank today? And who might be calling for that in my life? Who can I share my love through expressing my strength, courage, and wisdom? Because you have those qualities too. Let's just take that with us on this Father's Day. Thank you for being here. Thank you to all the fathers in the room that stand for love in our world. So let's affirm. Oh, before we do that, let's see a slideshow that Zaina has put together of the dear ones that you have given us. And then after that, we'll affirm. So let's just open our hearts and see the slideshow. Will you breathe with me? Yeah. Thank you so much for submitting your pictures of these beautiful souls. So let's affirm together. I honor and appreciate those who have nurtured me with their love, strength, wisdom, and courage. I honor and appreciate those qualities within myself. Happy Father's Day.
Okay, and now this is our time to give from our unlimited abundance and open hearts. As you hold your tithes and offerings or your consistent giving card in your hands, here is some prosperity wisdom from the Sermon on the Mount by Emmett Fox. There is only one way under the sun by which we can attain harmony, health, prosperity, peace of mind, and that is by bringing about a radical and permanent change for the better in our own consciousness. So let us now affirm our offering blessing together. Divine love, I am, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am so grateful.
How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Needed the shelter of someone's arms, and there you were. Needed someone to understand my ups and downs, and there you were. With sweet love and devotion, deeply touching my emotion. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. I just wanna stop and thank you, baby. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Close my eyes at night, wondering where I'd be without you in my life. Everything I did was just a bore. Everywhere I went, it seems I've been there before. But you brighten up for me all of my days with a love so sweet in so many ways. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. Just wanna stop and thank you, babe. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. To myself, for me there's you and ain't nobody else. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. I just wanna stop and thank you, babe. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. To be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Shoop, a shoop dee doo, a shoop dee doo. Shoop, shoop dee doo, a shoop dee doo. shoop-dee-doo. Shoop-dee-doo, shoop-dee-doo. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you.
How blessed we are. Let's stand and welcome in our youth.
I got us, I'm coming together. I got you, I got me, I got us, coming together. One heart, one mind, one love, coming together, coming together. One heart, one mind, one love, coming together.
Please be seated.
Good morning, everybody. We had an awesome morning today. We were talking about the power of fathers in our lives and the power in the simple things in our lives. And here's the kids telling you, well, really giving our dads and all father figures and moms that are like dads, getting messages.
Today and every day we honor the importance of fatherly love and support in our lives.
Yes.
We are grateful for our fathers and father figures in our lives as they support us in our role as powerful peacemakers.
Here's to a beautiful Father's Day filled with love, joy, and peace.
Peace on earth begins with me.
Please stand. Let's bless our children and the fathers too. You are the light of the world. Live as the light.
Let's join hands and sing our peace song.
Peace
beautiful, beautiful day. Happy Father's Day. Bless you.